I'm Tony Caridi. We're here with Dave Hill of Dave Hill Designs and Crane Song. Thanks for joining us, Dave. How you doing?
No, I'm doing well, actually. And it's actually nice to be here. It's about 100 degrees warmer in California than back home at the moment, so it's a very good thing. It's at least
60 degrees warmer here than it is where I'm from.
Yeah.
So we've got some exciting news for you at the show here. Two things. One, you've recently released the Phoenix 2 upgrade, and you're now getting something like 59 instances per DSP chip
it's
on
like 56 or 59 instances per DSP chip at 48K. The next release of it probably will get us to about 64, which in the TDM world we were about 40, so it's about a 50% improvement over TDM. And part of it is just kind of, there's a learning curve, and people are all afraid of this TI compiler and the DSP. And, it's sort of like this. You have a little bit, and then once you reach this hump, all of a sudden all kinds of things fall into place, and, oh, this is how you work with this thing. And it becomes very easy to work with and very easy to really improve the performance.
And development's going to get faster after you get acclimated to that.
And development becomes a lot faster at that point.
Okay, so now what do you have on AAX today? You've got Phoenix 2, obviously, and you've got the RAW plugin?
Yeah, right now there's Phoenix 2 and there's RAW. They both run on AAX DSP and native, and I'm intending by the end of this year to have it's basically a vinyl record kind of emulation on the lines of what Phoenix does, only centered around the world of vinyl. At least have it in beta form if it's actually not released.
That's exciting. We can't wait.
Yeah, it's you think of it. What do people really listen to when they go home? Well, they don't really care about tape, but a lot of people remember what vinyl sounded like, and they like that. So why not just go to the end of the world right away and get to where you want to go?
And it'll be roughly like 2.5 months before we start hearing that on every record out there, I bet.
Yeah, after it's released, it'll be about that, and everybody.
So you've also got another announcement, a couple more announcements at the show. You've released a new tube mic preamp.
Well, it's a tube compressor. It's a.
I'm sorry. Tube compressor.
Yeah. Well,
and this is the first tube compressor, hardware compressor that you've done since designing the Summit TLA 100.
Yeah, pretty much the first
massive
tube thing since I've done. Which that had to be about 1983 or 82 or something, and this is
one of the most coveted compressors today.
Yeah, it really is. It was a very, very successful compressor. Now this is a single slot wide 12AX7 tube. It's 110 milliamps. It's within the spec of the 500 series. It uses a cable for link, so it works as a master slave. It will do 5.1. It also has a switch to change how the tube operates, so you can have negative feedback or not negative feedback, so it can be very colored, actually a bit more colored than like the LA2A or what the Summit was, or actually cleaner. And it's a fairly simple thing to operate, and it also has a parallel mix function built into it.
So it sounds like it's got way more features than the TLA, but sonically, is it a similar?
It's in that range of the sonics of the TLA or an LA2A or other optical kind of devices. Only it's about 8 dB quieter than a TLA 100, which wasn't the quietest thing in the world. But it has that general kind of character. It's an easy to operate, set and forget kind of thing.
And it's called Falcon.
It's called Falcon.
And it's for 500 series.
500 series only. It retails for $1,250.
Amazing. And when can we get it?
In about 4 weeks. It'll be shipping in about 4 weeks.
It's January 20. What is it, January 25th today? 24th?
Yeah. I just had email that the circuit boards have shipped from the board factory this morning. So
excellent. And you're saying pre-orders are very good. I know
pre-orders have pretty much bought out the first run of the things. The response has been really phenomenal with it. And it's a lot of surface mount, and it's got vacuum tube in it, and it's got a microprocessor in it, so it's a real technology mix. And we own the equipment and do our own surface mount.
And then there's more information. More news you have here at the show. now you're now offering an upgrade for the Avocet.
Yeah.
Explain what are we upgrading?
Well, yeah, there's actually two parts to the Avocet upgrade, and this will be you can retrofit it to other existing ones, in a couple months' time, because we need to sort some things out. But there's a new remote for it that has more functions, and a new D to A that also has optical input on it, and you can select the inputs on the remote. But part of the deal with the D to A converter, it's ultra low jitter. And we've gone from in the neighborhood of 12 picoseconds to maybe down to the half a picosecond range or better. And you wouldn't think that would make audible difference, but what it does is transients are better, low mid-range is more detailed, the low end is more open. It's one of those things that when you think about, okay, light travels 1,000 picoseconds light travel time in 1 foot is 1,000 picoseconds. So you're talking about light travel time to get through a thickness of a piece of paper. And that kind of timing is really affecting digital audio. It's like, no, wait a minute here, we assume
gives
that...
new meaning to splitting hairs.
Yeah, it really is
Holy
splitting
mackerel.
hairs at that point.
But you're saying it's audible.
It's it's audible on headphones.
Wow.
Not, if you have a really good speaker system, yeah, that's going to even be more impressive. But when you can hear it on the standard Sony headphones that everybody uses, it's like, okay, this is more than a little bit.
So where can they get information about the Falcon 500 series preamp?
Yeah,
I mean, I keep
compressor.
saying preamp.
Yeah.
Falcon 500 series compressor.
Yeah, there's some information on the cranesong.com website on Falcon and on the upgrade stuff for Avocet and the new remote and the new converter that's available for download as of this morning.
Okay, and the for Phoenix 2 raw and
all of the Phoenix stuff is on the Cranesong website. The raw stuff is on the Dave Hill Designs website. There is a link to get from one to the other.
Okay, good. And any information about Heat? Of course, Heat is another collaboration between Avid.
Yeah, and there's a link, actually a link on the Cranesong website to get over to Avid to the Heat video that exists. And
yeah, which is a really, really great video. If you guys haven't seen it, go to avid.com.
Yeah.
Check out
the
Heat
video. It was so fun to do that.
It's always fun talking with you. It's always fun working together.
And the stories from the guys who edited it was, I can't cut it down to that short. There's too much stuff here I like. And Heat, for those who haven't tried it, it's really an amazing product because it allows you to change the mixer from being a strict digital mixer to actually make it behave like an analog mixer. Very simply, you turn it on, you have two controls, and it works.
Well, simple's always better.
Yeah.
So Dave, thanks so much again. It's always great to hang with you and talk.
And it's been
good luck
very
with
nice.
the new products.
Yeah.
And for more information, check out Dave's stuff on cranesong.com and davehilldesigns.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you online.